Luigi, if you're gonna be here, you have to behave, okay? Luigi wants to be in the video too. Hi-sCoool SeHa girls, or Sega hard girls. This anime is weird. It's nothing that I thought it was gonna be. This is yet another anime recommended to me by a friend before I started my quest. And unlike Aria the Scarlet Ammo, as of the time I'm recording this, it's actually on Crunchyroll, which is something I forgot when I recorded my Aria review the other day. As you can see, I am a gamer. I have video games, and this anime is definitely for gamers. It personifies 3 Sega consoles. The Sega Genesis, or Mega Drive if you're in other regions, the Sega Dreamcast, and the Sega Saturn. They're all going to school to learn how to be cool Sega girls. And basically that means they're in kind of a school setting, and then they do things based on Sega games that like already exist. But then at the end of the series, it's like they all went out into the real world as the Sega consoles. But like they all knew about their games. It's a weird show, and I'm going to be saying that a lot in this review. So there's a lot of cool references to Sega, but honestly, I thought there were going to be a lot more. Luigi! I thought there were going to be a lot more references to Sega. Like, Sega Sanshiro is never there. He was the mascot for the Sega Saturn in Japan, and he's never there. He doesn't appear once. They reference him at the end, being like, yeah, we never met this guy. It's like, why didn't you? And then, the things that they do. Every episode they have to do something regarding a Sega game. Like the first episode is Virtual Fighter. And all of the girls, they go into Virtual Fighter and they fight people. And that's the thing they're supposed to do. But like, it's not a challenge, like in the slightest. Like once they figure out a move that can instantly KO an opponent, which they do pretty quickly, they just do that over and over. And by the way, there's 100 challengers. So, not a lot to do in that episode. They're trying to earn points to graduate, which I guess is like regular high school. But I don't get it. I don't get it. This show is too weird. A lot of the time, they'll just have stock footage from the Sega game that they're doing that week, and it's like, why? It didn't feel like there was a lot happening, and the dialogue is pretty awkward too. Honestly, I'm not totally sure that I could recommend this show to people. I don't like it. So I thought there were going to be more characters based on other Sega consoles, because let's be honest, the Genesis, the Saturn, and the Dreamcast, they're not all of Sega. I mean, Sega has a ton more consoles. They got the Game Gear, they got Sega Genesis add-ons. I mean, I didn't see the Genesis character really representing the CD or the 32X. And speaking of the 32X, what about the canceled Sega Neptune? It's hard for me to find a good thing to say about this show. It's just really awkward, and it doesn't do what I really want it to. I thought this was really going to be Sega fan service the show, and even go into the history and whatnot of Sega. Maybe we'll see a Nintendo console personified just to show the console wars and Sega's previous rivalry with them. Like, I don't know, there'd be some rival school. I highly recommend the fans taking over for Sega. But until that happens, my current rating for Hi-sCoool, Sega, SeHa girls, or Sega hard girls, whatever you want to call it, is 2 out of 5. The acting's okay.